obesity, a term we hear a lot these days. From 1999 to 2018, US obesity prevalence increased from 30.5 to 42.4%. The estimated annual medical cost of obesity in the United States was $147 billion in 2008. Medical costs for people who had obesity was $1,429 higher than the medical costs for people with healthy weight. With the rise of technology and the entrepreneurial era, people have become wealthier and have less time to think about the food they consume. The association between obesity and the level of income or educational level is complex and differs by sex and race. However, it is safe to say that both are correlated with each other. There are a few solutions to solving this problem. One of them is calorie awareness of the food we regularly consume on a day-to-day basis. As you can see by the title, I've been tracking my calories for about 2 years, sometimes on and off, but if you sum it all up, it results in 2 years of tracking calories. The app I use is called MyNet Diary. It's very simple to use, as you can see it on the screen. It has multiple features which are worth mentioning. The first one is that you can create custom foods if you have trouble finding the food on the app. It gives you an option to input your stats and get a rough estimation of how many calories you need to eat according to your goal. Another cool feature is the notes option, which lets you write something important for that day in regards to your calories. So, how can calorie tracking help you? Well, every food has a different amount of calories that are dependent on the macronutrient content. Per gram, macronutrients have the following amount of calories. Protein has 4 calories per gram, carbohydrates 4, fats 4, and alcohol has 7 calories per gram. When you add up all of those calories from the macronutrients per 100 grams or per serving, you will come up with the number of calories that is listed on the label of the food. This will help you compare different foods in terms of the ratio between the calories and the volume of the foods themselves. Doing only this and just stopping there will be beneficial for your health management, but there is more into it. First of all, how do you know that you need to track your calories? If you are familiar with what I just said about macros and calorie composition of a food, then you have most likely received the major benefits out of it. My guess is that you are already in a better health condition than most people. For example, many recreational athletes, depending on their advancement level, are familiar with this topic, but if that wasn't the case for you, then stick around until the end of this video. You can start by measuring the weight of the food you usually eat. You don't need to be very precise, as I will explain this later. What you need to do in order for this process to be efficient is to standardize your way of tracking calories, i.e. whether you measure your food raw or cooked, it won't matter in terms of calories as long as you stay consistent with the method. Alongside with that, you need to track your body weight and note the changes from day to day for at least a week, preferably 2. After that, you will get a decent understanding of your maintenance calories and become more aware of what you put in your body. But what if you want to get the most out of calorie tracking? Bodybuilders are very meticulous about this topic as it's a big part of their career. While prepping for a contest, they measure their food down to the gram and they preferably do it with raw ingredients. Reality is, most of you watching this video are not bodybuilders in contest prep. Rather, you are an individual that has decided to get in a better shape and improve their health. That's the reason why you don't need to stress so much about being precise about calorie counting. If you're out with your friends on a Saturday night and worry about if that dessert fits your macros, then it defeats the purpose of becoming a healthier person in the mental aspect. If you really want it, eat the dessert, don't feel guilty about it, and see it as a reward for your hard work. It is not usual to see a bodybuilder in his contest prep eating out and having parties with friends simply because it holds them away from reaching your desired placing on a show. Depending on your goals, you can stop counting your calories after just the first or second week if you have learned the basics. Personally, I choose to do it 95% of the time because for me it has become very easy and fast to do so, while I'm still not overly dependent on it. I learned that in a short period of time of counting my calories, and that's why I decided to keep on doing that for the past 2 years. If you found this video helpful or at least entertaining, then make sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel.